Alright, this is for real. Yes. Hey, I'm Francine.
When Bob graduated from high school, he got a job in the plant where his dad has been working for years. Bob worked hard, and promotion followed promotion. Until last week, he was made assistant plant manager. Bob has gone far. Bob has gone far. Right, Bob?
Meeting some artists who work and live in New York, and that's not easy. Tough town. And talking to them, trying to find out what they do and why they do it here. This is my art world, and I'd like for you to come and join me in this journey, this visit, this adventure.
I do not want to work in 55th and Park Avenue in a cubicle being told what to do.
Portable, affordable art.
I can tell you, in the arts, look, we all need art.
You can't leave New York.
Okay.
The next downtown local 6 train to Brooklyn Bridge City Hall will arrive in 2 minutes.
Down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass, or Dumbo, if you don't want to sound dumb, has become one of New York's premier art districts. There, we met up with the artist Ken Soloman. I guess I'm just really curious, this is the mecca of artist haven.
Right.
And it's also extremely competitive. Has
Right.
it ever occurred to you to want to do your work somewhere else? Why stay here?
Yeah, I think I like that competitiveness. I like that it's,
Beats your work.
and not even the competitiveness, but like the fact that it is the haven of it all, so it's inspiring. I'm going to meet artists, I'm going to meet collectors, I'm going to meet people who are involved in the art world, and for a long time as well, that was a pretty intimidating place. Mm-hmm. So to have grown more and more comfortable with it and feel a part of it is, pretty exciting. No, I moved to New York because I got a job working for the National Football League Creative Services Department.
Oh, wow.
And I thought to myself, wow, art and sports, what an amazing merging. And I hated it, which was awesome, because I think sometimes figuring out what it is that you want to do is process of elimination. It's I do not want to work in 55th and Park Avenue in a cubicle being told what to do. But anyway, so when I started, realizing I want to be an artist, and my influences were 19th century European painters. So, it was Van Gogh, it was less Seurat, it was the passionate, gestural.
Yeah.
Who was Van Gogh's guy who painted bright colors, not very nice guy?
Van Gogh's color guy?
Gauguin. Right, so I kind of thought, okay, I want to be an artist, and so that means it's not just the practice of painting, but it also means behaving like an artist, and my influences were those guys, so I thought I had to be a real curmudgeon, an asshole. Can I say asshole? So,
Beep.
curmudgeon, right? I thought I had to be miserable. I thought I had to be lonely. I thought I had to be despondent. I thought I had to, hate people. And so I was whatever it takes to be an artist, I'll do that. So I started painting in this very gestural, figurative way of isolated strangers in New York, and tried to find absinthe so I could drink as much as I could, because I was going to be Paul Gauguin. I knew to be an artist, you have to be very serious about your work, but that doesn't mean that the work has to be serious. And that was big for me, because it's I'm more playful than I am angry.
I love that.
And then that opened up a lot for me. So I'm working on Google, and then again, it's okay, where can I steer from here, right? And it brought me to, then I started looking at my phone, and then when I walk around the street and I'm thinking, do I want to be painting my phone? Is the phone relevant? And, you get on a train, it's like everyone's on their phone. It's like, yeah, the phone is rather relevant. But I think his ideas of like using imagery that exists already is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because it's, the same thing as using, again, to Van Gogh, it's like, he would paint a tree that existed. So I think it is, there's like a real genius to just taking other people's imagery and sort of curating it to suit your vision. Like, I don't love social media, and a lot of the things I paint, it's not like I love the like the vehicle behind it, but I love the I know that it's extremely prevalent.
And powerful?
And sure, and there's, it's information, so a lot of the things I deal with are information, but it's not like I love the internet.
Right.
I mean, I think it's cool, I don't not like it, but it's more like a reference or a resource than like an inspiration. I mean, it's certainly, I think the inspiration comes outside of it, and then I go to it. Right, like I want it to just kind of be a reflection of me, and I think I'm unique. I think you're unique.
Exactly.
I think we're all very unique, but I think the goal is to kind of represent yourself.
Yeah. Greenpoint is a Brooklyn neighborhood that has had some notable residents over the years, such as the actress Mae West and bank robber Willie Sutton. One current notable resident is artist Danielle Charette. Danielle is a painter who shared her storytelling oil paintings with us when she invited us to her studio.
When I see people, they're pointing and laughing at some really obscure dark humor I might have put in a piece, or I have a lot of people who break down and cry at my paintings, and that's the moment I know like that my language is reaching people. I've been painting since I was a child through schooling, my primary schooling, which I did back in Pennsylvania, and I have family in both places, Pennsylvania and here in New York. Yeah, you can't leave New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really tough to live here, so why not?
Yeah.
Why can't you? What draws you?
I don't know what it is. There's a part of me that has the country in me, I believe, from my upbringing there and spending quite a few years there. But I can never get the city out of me. And I think for me it's a visual stimulation, a constant visual stimulation here in the city. And I find that with my art, and being a creative, I need constant stimulation. My work is highly metaphoric and symbolic. I use a lot of my own sort of iconic graphic symbols and symbolism within them. It's a funny question people ask the artists. They always say, well, how long did that take? And it's always been a weird question to me because for me especially, it's something I can't really answer, because when I'm working on a series, I work on many pieces at the same time. Sometimes I had a series that I had 25 works all started at the same time. So I can never tell somebody how long something takes, because I do tend to work on multiple pieces at the same time.
Dead men talk too much. Text, a bastard born of polyphonic sorcery, self-absorbed polymath. These black clouds follow me. I know I'm not sorry, because a mind is a terrible thing to taste, like skyscraper, villain caper, like mind control telemetry. Bump these fractal tapes and beep art, panther modern poetry.
Over in Bayridge, I met up with Jenna Morello. Jenna is a street artist, mixed media artist, and she can take anything and make it beautiful.
The color, like the spray cans have really cool names.
They all have like really.
You mean the colors?
The colors.
Yeah.
The colors of spray cans are really cool. So there's like, say, like a green will be a mist. They have whale for a blue. Like they have it all across the board. So just to remember, I started calling, various pieces the name of the that's on the spray can.
Are you a graffiti artist?
No,
No?
I'm not a graffiti artist. I'm not based around letters. I don't. Some people that's their whole career, their whole life, and it's an art form that people take a lot of time.
But you paint in huge surfaces and murals.
I do. I guess it would fall more under the street art category. Graffiti, is letters. It's it started out as letters and tags and throwies and all that. It's not a world that I just ever got into. I would have loved to. It's just, letters wasn't ever something that I ended up getting into. Street art it wasn't my intention.
Yeah.
Street art was never my intention. I just kind of ended up painting. I ended up wandering outside to paint. The theme of this body of work, yeah, it's not even so much that I like hearts, because one way or the other. With this body of work, turned out because this body of work is a personal one. Basically, these were all the accumulation over the course of the last 3 years. It's just that they're all about the same relationship, honestly. So it's just a bit of a tumultuous relationship. So I guess the way that people write songs, to kind of vent and sort things out, as opposed to other things, I think I paint the same way.
So
initially they were never meant to be seen. Initially, I just would paint, we would fight, and then I would paint, I would go paint because I would just be so frustrated, and I think if I put a visual to whoever I was feeling, it kind of allowed me to move past it and move on. So the influences from my life subconsciously have surfaced, whether family or friends or all, that seems to come out in things that I make. Like when I was younger, my parents were big antiquers, and nothing made me crazier. Like I didn't want to go antiquing, I wanted nothing to do with it. But now that I'm older, and I see things like that, and I'll paint on things like that and whatnot, so I don't know if influences like that have been ingrained in me, so that's why I do what I do, or I just like antiques and stuff like that better. Like the best way I could describe it, you have a dream, and at the end, your dream just kind of is all these random, assortment of thoughts and stuff that just kind of
patterns of randomness.
And then you dream, and they just kind of sporadically filter out your day, whatever that happened. My brain kind of works the same way. Like I'll see something and it'll store somewhere I don't even know, and then something else will re-spark that.
And I also can't help but notice these amazing masks, studded masks. They all have such great, strong personality. I don't know.
I go through phases. Like I can't make one of something, so I'll make things in sets. So this was, I don't even remember what year this was. This was maybe 3-4 years ago. They're all actual gas masks. I think I got them at like an Army and Navy store up in Cape Cod.
Did you? I thought you might have like worn them when you were painting, and then after painting, I'm gonna just do
that
something
one
with
I
them.
would wear if I was
That
painting,
one?
because that's a respirator. But no, this is like a World War II full gas mask.
Wow.
So it's kind of tight on the face, and this thing is the thing that you pull and it releases, I think, oxygen or something. But no, these were all, these were a series that I ended up doing. They came out cool.
They came out really cool. Back in Dumbo, my crew and I visited Marc Dennis. Marc's studio is what you would imagine a New York artist's studio to be. It's huge, full of light, and it's in the heart of a mega art scene.
And then passion to me is pretty much everything. Intensity and passion are like the two main ingredients for a good life. And whether you screw up or whether you succeed, you lived very fully. And I strive to live every day fully. And I'm very passionate and intense about a lot of things.
Listen, so why did you make that decision to move to New York? I'm really interested because, listen, I think it is obvious to everyone in the world that New York is the art mecca, global art mecca, but yet also it's extremely expensive town to live in and extremely competitive. Why do it here? There's other places too. too. Why?
Yeah, so I'm of the mind. So I came to New York because one, I was driven to come here. But my goal all the way through my training was to eventually wind up in New York, you know, for career purposes. My motive was to see good art and to make money, to eat.
So this was like a dream that you have always had?
It was a dream, yeah, and I'm living my dream, yeah. So getting back to the notion that people should come to New York as a stepping stone, listen, if you can afford it, you can, if it can be facilitated, and you've got some support, and you can handle it, it's a rat race here, it's freaking wild, the energy is crazy, and my energy needs to be matched. I needed to be in the most energized city that was focused, that I could focus on the arts and whatnot, and New York is it for me. So 8 years ago, sort of what kind of launched my career was these paintings of still lifes in a contemporary setting taken from ideas of art historical still lifes. Large carcasses, you know, based on Rembrandt's flayed dogs. And then I shifted into like the Pope painting, the voyeuristic idea of people watching and looking at art, and my relationship to the art, and their relationship to the art, and pop culture and art history intersecting. And then I sort of had this idea. I missed painting that still life. And I thought, how can I reinvent this contemporary still life? What is it that the world needs more? What is it that is drawing me towards it? And it was always the floral motif, it was always the flowers. I'd be looking at a painting, a grand painting of Titian, in a major museum. I'd be looking at the details, and I love details. And I always noticed these little bouquets, or small floral motifs. One little rose, one little carnation being held by a woman in a Rembrandt portrait. It wasn't the gaze, it wasn't the eyes, it was that little carnation. And I thought, my God, that's it. I'm gonna go headlong, balls to the wall on these floral motifs and how they intersect. Pop culture, they intersect with life and death. And they're all about a celebration of life, but they all also have a great mystery. So rather than painting about art history per se and one's relationship to art, I thought I'm going to get back to the most fundamental of things, human emotion. So I was going to make paintings about human emotion. Look, we all need art. No matter what community, no matter what town, no matter what city, there's going to be art somewhere in that environment. So be that person to contribute. Because if you're not going to get to New York, you're not going to get to LA, you're not going to go to Houston, Miami, wherever the hell you consider the meccas might be. My God, man, we live once, make it work wherever the hell you are. And visit. There's always a jet.
Right, Bob?
A big thank you to all the artists in this episode. Thanks for inviting us into their creative world. And stay tuned for the next episode of ArtMatters.
Bob has gone far, but he's still planning to go farther. Now for a moment, let's consider an entirely different type. When Bob graduated...
I got a letter from the DMV, and I was asked to renew my license.
Right.
And 2 years earlier, I went as Bob Ross, big wig, television artist.
Right, okay.
Happy trees, squirrels coming out of his hair. And I thought to myself, you know, I should wear this wig for my license picture.
Oh my goodness.
which I did, and it's in timeout, which is over there, and that was years ago. But what I
Do you still have that picture on a license? I mean, on a driver's license?
I do.
Oh, awesome.
We can show it.
We can share that later.
But I realized, like, I wasn't just gonna put it on in the parking lot of the DMV. I was gonna wear it all day, so I could kind of forget it was there and just kind of take on the personification of this big wig. And
I hope it wasn't summer.
what's that?
Keep going. I hope it wasn't summer.
It was. Oh, yeah, it might have been summer, but that didn't even matter. It should have been summer, all hot and sweaty and afro-y.
Right.
So it was like I realized this kind of transformation was extremely empowering. Right? It was kind of like, I don't really want to be Dennis Rodman, but I would love to be Dennis Rodman for 4 hours.
Exactly.
And then if I could turn the button off, that would be great. So like that's what this wig kind of did for me. It's like, hey, listen, I can be more outrageous, and you know, I think I sort of struggle with like being outrageous and or not. And I think outrageous is fun, but you know, then there's like tact and taste. So it was really fun. So I told my friends, I said, guys, this wig, like, you should wear it out one day. You want to accomplish things. It's like, wear this wig. It is extremely empowering. So I put the wig on my friends and took a headshot of them, and then I put it on my family, right? I put it on my grandmother, who spent like 90 years just like holding in all like emotions of anger. Right? So she didn't get mad. And she put on the wig and she was just like, "Ugh!" And I was like, wow!
Wow.
Therapy.
Wow.
So I photographed her, and then I ran out of friends, and I ran out of family.